Hey guys, I'm back again, and today I have for you 3 short reviews of the graphic novels I read in May and June. So we're going to start with Storm. Storm, written by Eric Jerome Dickey. I don't know if you know who Eric Jerome Dickey is, but he's like an African-American writer who writes about contemporary stories about African-Americans. Pretty much relationship kind of stories. And he was asked to write Storm's story in this comic by, of course, Marvel. Now, it's really interesting. It's this comic is well drawn. It's well drawn. We can't say anything about that. The story it's fairly well told, except there are some things that aren't explained well enough, I think. But on a whole, I think I gave this 3 stars. It was enjoyable to look at. It was enjoyable to read. Now, the only real problem I had with this was the way that the artist drew Storm. Because in the novel, she's supposed to be 12 years old, but I don't know. You tell me. Does she look 12 there? Let me see if I can find another picture. Does she look 12 there? I don't think so. She looks like she's about 20 years old or something like that. And it's really odd that she was drawn in that particular fashion. But anyway, be that as it may, probably drawn by a man, as usual. This is a nice, very beautiful cover. And, you know, hardcover. So this is how it looks on the inside. It's just black and gold. So, you know, very nicely done album. Okay, next on my list is Booyah Saga number 3. Now, this is the French version, so it's hardcover. Now, I have to say, in the beginning, when people were, you know, talking about this book and raving about it, and I was really hesitating whether I should jump on the bandwagon or not. And I must say I am so thrilled with jumping on this bandwagon, because this volume is so good. I mean, they are pushing it and pushing it and pushing it to the limits. This story, I can't wait for volume 4. I mean, I like zoomed through this book, and when it was over, I was just devastated. So like, if you know, see some more of the artwork, I was devastated when it was over. I said, oh man, it's over already. So I'm not really sure when a volume 4 is coming out, but if you haven't picked this series up, you know, volume 3 is fantastic. Now, some people I think are very, you know, on the fence about it. The first 2 are good, but this one is really good. That's all I have to say. This one is really good. All right. Next and last graphic novel I have is the Chronixx. Well, it's called Chronixx de Jérusalem en français, in French. And you can also read this in English, and it's got the same title, Chronixx of Jerusalem. Now, it's Kim Lachelle that turned me on to this graphic novel. It is a French graphic novel. And it came with this little sticker here that says Prix d'Angoulême, Meilleur Album, and this was in 2012. Now, the Fauve d'Or is like the best prize for a comic competition that happens every year in Angoulême, which is in France, and it's very popular. And this book won, you know, the Prix du Meilleur Album of Fauve d'Or Angoulême, which is a pretty big deal. So it was sold like that. Now, let me tell you about this book. It's very interesting, this book, because this is basically the author Guy Delisle, who is writing the book and drawing. Now, Guy Delisle is Canadian, and he is an artist. He is a comic artist, and he basically draws stories, you know, non-fiction type stories around the different places that he has been in the world. Now, he has also worked in, I think, in comics, in cartoons, and I think it was in North Korea and China. And he's written quite a few books following his travels, and this is maybe like the first or second one, I'm not really sure. But this one basically follows his stay along with his wife and children in Jerusalem. And his wife works for, she's a doctor with Médecins Sans Frontières. Médecins Sans Frontières is actually Doctors Without Borders. And so while his wife is working as a doctor in Jerusalem, he is taking care of the kids and the house and exploring Jerusalem in order to, you know, do some work, which is initially to make this book. So the story goes from July to, I think it is August, if I'm not mistaken. So it's over like an 11-month period. And I tell you, it is freaking amazing. It goes from August to July. I think that's what it is. Now, the thing that's so great about this book is that you get this third person point of view, this outsider's point of view of all of the things that are going on that he sees in Jerusalem and in Israel, because he goes outside of Jerusalem, goes to other places. And you hear the absurdities of things, you know, you hear the violence, you hear the, you know, all of what is considered international thought about the territories inside of Israel. And it's just all documented. So like, if you're someone who doesn't know much about the Middle East conflict, you should probably pick this book up, because it will make you understand some things. So like, for example, he draws these little maps like you see here. You see the map, and you see you have Gaza, this little tiny piece down here, and which territories are Israeli and Palestinian. There are plenty of maps, plenty of situations. The book is funny, serious, sad, informative. It's just a fantastic read. I mean, I gave this 5 stars, and I read it so slow. I tell you, in the beginning, when I realized how good it was, I found myself reading slower and slower as I advanced in the book. The book is a big whopping 334 pages, so it's quite a chunker, but it's very much worth the read. So if you haven't picked this up, you don't know anything about it, please do. You're gonna be in for a treat with this one. It's really, really good. So I will probably try to pick up some of his other ones, because I think he's written one in China and in a couple of other places as well. I think one in Burma. So when I finally do pick up some of these, you know, I'll let you know with a review or something. But yeah, I definitely say big 5 star. I think this was the month of May when I read this one. Definitely read this one. It's really good. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you're all doing well. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. And yeah, I'll be back real soon with something. Okay? Bye-bye.